Hey there and welcome back to our channel and welcome back to SnowRunner Kola Peninsula. We are right here in the Russian northern parts, very close to the North Pole by the way. So it's freezing around here. And let's do some track walking over here too, right? Because now we have to reach Mark 1. And then after that we get a different objective somewhere else on the map and we are going to, well, scout out the terrain though, I suppose. Not the terrain itself, but the locations that we are being sent to. Maybe it's a personal challenge, something like what we did in Michigan quite a bit though. And in Alaska to prove that we are a very good driver. Something like that, right? You know, with the locals. So maybe we should actually read the mission around here. The Trackwalker. People may say what they want, but it is so much easier walking here in winter. Do you not drown in the mud? You can cross the river just about anywhere. By the way, would you like to check our route to the northern camp? Alright. So we have to check how stable the ice is. I like that. I like that very much though. Alright, so from this camp we actually have to start. And off we are. Let's check the Arctic route. Stage complete, beautiful, reach mark number 2. I will be very nervous, by the way, if I will be driving on all of this ice when I see so many cracks, like we do right now. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, another World War II bunker. Interesting. Yeah, this place in real life is getting rather fortified too right now. Ooh, they're going through the ice there. But yeah, in real life, this place is being fortified too. There's a lot of action going on right now in the Arctic. It's kind of weird to be here though, as a truck driver and delivery service. But a job's a job though, and a dollar is a dollar. Oh, look at that, the polar bear is on the mountain top over there, well, the rock formation. And it's gone. Got scared away. That wasn't good for the bill though. Now we gotta repair that. Let's try to go on the right side here before we crack through here. There's water on there, nothing else. I am 1000% certain, by the way. Summer time here. You open your mouth and you eat mosquitoes though, like a mouthful, right? You know, probably this is a type of region like that. That is better than nothing. You can make your way, and that is good. We never haul anything heavy here anyways. Thanks for your help. Alright, you're more than welcome though. Another scouting mission though. I think you can help. It has been 50 years or so since I left this area. So he was a Gulag officer or he was a Gulag prisoner. There was a village. I know, it's empty, but I would like to know whether any of the houses are still standing or did we leave no trace. So, yeah, he was not a prisoner though, for real right now, right? You know, we know that. I'm going to start from around here, the recording. Let's go safari, you know? No need to avoid mud and ice and snow at the same time though, when you can curse it all. You only have to be a little bit careful about the water. This will be a nice picture though, if the bus wasn't in the way. Something like that though, huh? I kind of want to do more no HUD stuff, by the way, so I find it very, very cool, right? You know, it's more relaxing, more cinematic too. And by the way, if you do like no HUD gameplay, maybe no commentary, I started a new challenge for myself, and that channel will keep going though. Absolutely. It's Kurigo CH3. If you go to my main channel, right where you are right now, scroll down on the main page. You will find a link to my other channels and to Turbo Peggy's channel too, that is doing no commentary SnowRunner. So maybe check it all out and maybe subscribe if you want to. But the Kurigo CH3 channel is all about military shooters, right? You know, there will be body cam footage, there will be, you know, like, well, there is now Ghost Recon Wildlands, and there will be Ready or Not, and some other games too. All no HUD, like Arma will be the same, at least for games that do support no HUD things, right, you know? And we are going for a little bit of a slower gameplay, so don't expect Call of Duty running around, hamster wheel, multiplayer, PvP, right, you know? But more the tactical aspect of military shooters. So if that's your mojo, if that's your jam, welcome aboard. So yeah, the village, man, they left no trace. What could have happened though, if it wasn't a Russian soldier that now contacted us, but maybe a German, an Italian, Dutch, France, you know, they were all in that World War II army. More, way more than just that. Sometimes volunteers, sometimes not. Strangely, most of the time they were. Come on, big boy. There's actually a grandma living in Ukraine, close to Chernobyl, that met the German troops, met the Russian Soviet troops, survived both of them. Now she met the other Russian troops. And the funny thing is though, right, you know, they forced her to go out of the region with the Chernobyl disaster. And even radiation couldn't get her out. You know what I mean? No, that's a badass granny, dude. Yo. Oh, I just cracked up when I heard her story and everything, man. That's just... That's European. I don't give a damn. My place, my rules, you know? The grittiness. And she was still elegant, though. You know what I mean, though? That's very nice now, isn't it? Though? That's an optimistic story. We can always bend backwards for anything and anyone. But in the end, though, we will lose everything. If we stay true to ourselves. Oh, yeah. Oh, I never thought returning would be this hard. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but thanks. So we're right now in our Azov 73210, power to weight S, durability A, fuel consumption C-. It's a pretty decent one though, I have to say, right? One of my favorites, by the way. It's a very cool truck. It is not top high though, so don't lift anything gigantic with it. And temporary measure is the mission that we are going to do right now. Nothing is more permanent than something temporary, right? Have been patching up this rusty pole, but what we really need is a new one. Next time maybe, please get us some beams and we shall fix it again. Yeah, we could just deliver an entire pole towards the region though, but Oh well. Alright, so we are going this way. Alright, simple enough though, simple enough. We have some snow tires here, very good. So we don't slip around, you know, we got some decent grip here and there. I mean, what can we ask for more, right, you know? The cockpit is nice and cozy, we got even a bed though. Mr. Walrus joined us also, right, you know, a little bobblehead right over there. And while we are here, why not fuel up the little bit that we have lost? Because I have to say though, right, you know, losing like 15 already liters, it's just way too much. Because the garage is right over there, you know. Yeah, man, you know, with the economy that we have right now in real life, I will be worried to be a truck driver, to be fair. My entire wage is going to the truck itself. I just love the details though, right, you know? Like, it's so cold around here. Like, the metal beams already froze over. It has that beautiful layer of ice on it already, as you can see. That's fantastic details. It really makes you appreciate, like, we are probably working right now with minus 50 Celsius. I believe that's something like minus 47 Fahrenheit. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. Better carry that extra underwear if you don't want to have frozen eggs, you know. Ooh. Yep, that's one of the downsides of my favorite truck. The nose is just way too long and way too low to the ground. We gotta be careful around here. Okay, we are going a little bit further. But as you can see though, the slopes over there is something I'm concerned about with this truck. Too much rock. Too much forest. Yeah, we definitely... Oh, there's a road. Lucky us. Else I would have gone up there. And technically though, we should. Because that's not really a road. That's a trick. That's an optical illusion of hope. We have to find a nice, decent way to wedge right through these two in the front. The issue is though, our truck is too wide. And now nothing is really giving us any friction. There we go, come on. I know it will not tip over though, so that's the good thing right now. And there we go. I mean, we managed. The hardest part is now over. Well, maybe not. Now that I look at the rocks there. Let's stay to the right side a little bit here. We only have to find one solid tree to connect to. Keep our tires not connected to the rocks too much. Yeah, that's the issue. Ay. Because the nose right now, I think. No. Wow. Well, instead of brute forcing, we can here turn right and go with our moon, well, half moon, you know, like a crescent moon, around the rocks. Half circle. Gotta be careful though, because rocks will make us tip if we are not too careful right now. Yep. There we go. There we are. Oh boy. 6E to the rescue. Way tougher drive though than I would like to admit, of course. Stuff happens. And sometimes it's better not to talk about stuff, you know what I mean? Oppa. Kinda have flashbacks though to Michigan with these two. Ah, good times though, huh? When we started out. Come on, big boy. Just tiptoe down the alley. There we are. Beautiful. Now, this is the risky part right now. The major risky part. This could just tip my Zigzag over too. Come on, lift it up, thank you. Here we are. Restore the crane. Yeah, it's getting dark in here, so this is going to be a serious issue though, right? If we cannot get there rather soon, because you know the light is going away and it makes the depth of our eyes, right? You know, way more difficult to see actually which route and everything. Pack the cargo. Accelerate. Now we could go through these trees, but as you can see, the rear is stuck inside of a tree. Technology, right? Alright, there we go. Now that I think about this setup, it's a very strange thing to actually put it on the rear, because it will make the truck realistically at high speeds sway a lot to the left and to the right. A lot though, so it will make for a very instable driving. Very sporadic behavior. But it will help us out on off-terrain, because the nose will be lifted up a little bit more, giving it a lot more clearance though. Even though it might be maybe 10 centimeters, that is still a lot though. That is still a lot. But for highway travel, way too dangerous, by the way. So whenever you haul a trailer or anything like that behind your car, put all the weight to the side of the car, what is now empty on a trailer, not at the rear, because that's where you have your issues, man. It is not good. Now let's see. Unload. There we are. It may be a little less straight than before, but it will serve for a while. And next time, we are definitely replacing it. If we can only believe him, right? If we can only believe him. Now, supplies delivery. I mean, why not? We have to deliver it there and over there. I think it will be super risky to go here, but then again, we are creative enough to go kumbayaing right through the forest right there, you know? Now, where do we pick it up, boys? Right from there. That is a haul and some, by the way. So maybe if we do Except these. Army Reserve. There's nothing else that we have to pick up over here. Old Crossing. Neither here. But from there. We could do this one directly though. Let's do that. And here we go though. I took a different truck. A little bit more suited though for the cold regions. Especially the nose is not as low to the ground and not as further forward to the ground like the other one was. And this was my first truck that I just kept using though. Really loving this one though, the Tatra. I have nothing bad to say. Just one sad thing about it is that I wish it was more versatile. In other words, I wish that we could use, let's say, more attachments, more add-ons to it. That would make me incredibly happy and satisfied about this truck. Even more than that I'm already am though. But the sheer power of this machine is just so good though. It is so incredibly good. The fuel consumption for a heavy truck is just beautiful and sweet spot. I have nothing bad to say about it, you know? It has lots of extra reserves for repairs and for fuel with it. So even long stretches, easy mode. Service spare parts. Now here we go. Not there, of course. And there we are. Now first we are going to rebuild the bridge. And then we are going to go to the north and the south, east camp. I mean, it is not the smoothest way to actually get things from this train station factory, but it's understandable. It is, well, technically, yeah, okay, there's another line over there. Let's just go and take this one. But yeah, if you do want a powerful hauler, you can do it in this little setup though with the Tatra. I will show you the Tatra T813. It's a little bit damaged, you might think, because it's now on S red instead of S plus. But that's because we are hauling a trailer that is also full of cargo. What I will do though, if you do need more heavy hauling and for longer stretches, I will dump this little side trailer. And I will just get a flatbed with a cargo trailer for 6 slots. It is absolutely amazing though. Super heavy snow. Let's just take differential lock on so we don't even need to wrench. But wrenching always speeds things up, right? Doesn't it? And there are too many attachments here. One of the biggest reasons that you should not use a normal trailer like what we are using right now is that it's dragging a whole lot more in mud, in water, in snow and everything. And you really do need a very powerful vehicle for it though, to actually make the resistance as minimal as can be. Because if you don't, you just get stuck or you just slow down to a massive crawl. With the flatbed or with a flatbed longer trailer that you have to hook on a saddle low or high, it is so much better because the weight is actually on your truck And once you're out of the mud, the rear wheels will go through that mud, and it doesn't matter at that point. Oh yeah. Tracking through the ice there, no issue. As you can see clearly though, right? Amazing, isn't it? Interesting. Do you see that green light over there? It kind of looks like America, South America, you know, Mexico and Canada. Alaska is just gone. You know? The Gulf of Mexico or America, depending where you're from, right? You know, is right there too. Interesting. Wait a minute. Don't tell me we have to deliver it on the other side. We have to deliver it on the other side, maybe? Nighttime music is here, so sad though, isn't it? Alright, let's deliver it to the other side though, huh? I mean, there are no machines here, so they are just being superior picky, man. It's like someone being a 3, but you think they deserve a 10. The little tractor that can. Absolutely amazing truck. Loving it. Alright. Wait a minute. Cargo management. There we go. Okay, I was like, what is going on right now? Oh, we don't have to deliver wood. That is good. Not bad. Come spring, we will not be stuck without connection with the other shore. Which is awesome sauce. Oh, look at that though, being so active. Alright, off we go though to the northern and to the eastern camp. going to be a rather long haul though, one might say. Oh boy. Because of one little thing though. This Tatra is not the quickest one though, but it's one of the strongest things that I've driven here in game. Let's see, where shall we go? We could just drive over the roads, but technically we cannot because this is totally destroyed. So I'm not sure why this mattered. Oh, because of the river here, of course. Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense then. Eastern and yep, all right. We just go through the ocean here. So far, so good, man. I really enjoyed the ride over here. I should have taken the hood off. I just realized it, man. I've been staring at the game. And sometimes I really want to implement these quiet parts, because it's just a game that I want to share the journey with you guys, right? And having some dude being a dude and just talk right over every moment, it's not the best course of action in my opinion. But man, you need this moment, right? You need these moments here and there. You know it. It's good for the soul. And if you're playing this on the background, so you have some noise going on, and sometimes you take a peek and enjoy the scenery. Don't forget to like, by the way. It really helps out the channel though. And if you do like this content, maybe you want me to get a little tap on the shoulder, right, you know, for, hey, boy, good job, boy, you know, keep going. But maybe you want other people to find out too, right, you know, for some noise or some just being part of the journey that we are creating here. And I really appreciate it. Now let's go back to the rough country roads. Although with the Tatra, I have a lot of experience in just FAFO, right? You know, fuck around and find out. And so far, I mean, I have to say, we only fucked around though. It's not that we do need this, right? We don't need this winch. We kind of like winches though. Now let's see. Yeah, we could go better a little bit forward though. Follow this. Go over the coast and then go there. But right now, take this turn until we are on the road. You can already feel though, like this part is a major struggle though for heavy duty trucks. Especially the way how we have set it up right now with the extra trailer. Like I wouldn't recommend it though, but it is what we have right now. So let's just go with it, right? Woo! The trailer, man. There we go. It's very bounce heavy though, so that's a good little thing about it. But once it tips a little bit too much, you know, there's no stopping it almost. Alright, so this is the quicker part. Like I said, don't take that road over there. It's just a disaster. Beautiful snow, by the way. So about winters where I'm from. It's very humid climate that I'm from. And if it is snowing and freezing, let's say -8, would feel like -20 to 25 in the region where we are right now in game, or in northern Canada or Alaska. It's because the world is at a tilt too, right, of a couple of degrees. So we have to keep that in mind too, of course, you know. And then the humidity, like I said. So we have more ice than snow technically. You know, like it is a cool thing. But it is so much colder though, right? You know, and we have heavy winds here too. It's not like, you know, like, oh, it's much more dangerous here. No, we have different dangers. Like northern Canada and Alaska or Kola Peninsula have different dangers too. It's just a combination of different difficulties that makes these regions so extremely lethal for us. But in regions like the former, the wind is not as strong or prevalent like where I'm from. And with the wind just makes it, and humidity makes it feel so much colder. Like, ooh, if the wind stops, it kind of feels like summer for a couple of minutes, right? You know? That's crazy it is. But there we go though. Good, this will last us till the end of winter. Thanks again. You're more than welcome, big boy. More than welcome. Now, yeah, you know, like you gotta keep that in mind though. It is such an important thing. Right now, we have to go here. By that, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, and don't forget to subscribe though. Bye-bye.